How's it going? Day 34. Got 34 days under my belt since I started this. Um, Not much has changed past couple days. It's about the same. I had a request from somebody called Super the Savage. He had left a couple comments on my videos saying that he wanted me to explain my symptoms and the hardest parts, the hardest way that it affected me in my life. And so I'll start at the beginning of my symptoms. So, the withdrawal symptoms. So before I even decided to quit Kratom, well, before I quit, I went to a detox center, drug rehab place, told them what I was going to do. I hadn't quit yet. And I said, do you have any advice? And they didn't know anything about Kratom. The doctors had to look it up. Um, they had a ton of people in there for meth, fentanyl, mainly those two. But Kratom was kind of like, what is this? Is that even a drug? They sell it at the stores. So I talked with them, and they gave me some stuff called Lucamyra, and they said take 3 pills 4 times a day, right? And they also gave me, oh man, what the hell is hydroxyzine? And that is it's like not a nerve medicine. It's for anxiety. It's for anxiety. And both of them are non-addictive. So they say. They don't prescribe anything addictive. So I mean, it'll still touch you, but I guess it's not like habit forming medicine. So August 7th, um, or 6th, I went and got that medicine. August 7th at about 10 p.m., I took my last dose of Kratom. I didn't even know it was going to be my last dose. I just took a healthy dose like I usually do at night. Usually did. I woke up August 8th and something in me just said, today's the day. Threw all my stuff away, all my Kratom, everything. And then I knew I was going to be good for most of the day since I was using so heavily um, for 5, 6 years. I knew I was gonna be good for most of the day. So right around, and I was good. I was good up until about 2:30, 3 p.m. And then that's when that man, Super the Savage, you put it perfectly. Like you feel it in your back and in your legs. It's like restless legs, but for me it was like restless legs from, but mainly in my back. I had to like jerk around, and it just like, it wasn't necessarily a pain. It was just like anxiety turned up to 1,000, just shooting up my back. And it like shot up my back. I could feel it real hard, and then down my legs. So I started feeling that a little bit, nothing crazy, right around 2:30, 3 o'clock p.m. And so I took my first dose of Lucamyra, and supposedly it's supposed to help you with the withdrawals. Went and cleaned my car, came back to the house, and by then I was feeling very, very drowsy. Lucamyra will make you super drowsy. And so I got home, and I really was not feeling too good. I felt very anxious, and I felt that like restless legs going through from my legs to my back. But it wasn't too bad yet. I just felt it. But I was so drowsy, but I knew I couldn't go to sleep. So I went on a walk with my son, and I wasn't feeling too good. And I think it was because I was so drowsy. So, and this is probably around 4:30. So we come back to the house, and I have videos on here, around this time. I made a video when I first got back from taking a walk with my son. And by this time I was still feeling real drowsy, but this was the medicine, as far as my withdrawal symptoms. I just felt anxious and kind of like restless legs through the back. Sorry if I'm not explaining that very good, but that's how it feels like how you feel restless leg syndrome in your legs, but in my back. And when I got back, I was super drowsy, and I tried to lay down and take a nap. And that's when, you really feel it, the restless legs and your back. And this is day one. So I got up, and I'm trying to think, what else was I doing? I got up, and from probably about 5 to 7, 5 to 8, my symptoms slowly got worse. I wasn't sneezing yet. I didn't really have that yet. But, or watery eyes. And my main symptom was just, like the anxiety was real bad. The restless legs and through my back. And then about from 7 to 8 o'clock, it just got worse. So in my mind, I thought, I'm going to take the Lucamira again. Hopefully I can get some sleep. I'm going to take the anxiety medicine, which makes you tired. I took, what the hell are those drops that people give their kids to go to sleep? What the hell is that called? I can't think of it. But, those, they give like little gummies to their kids that make them sleepy. I'm sorry, I can't think of the name. It's on the tip of my tongue. But basically I took that medicine and that bunch of natural stuff to go to sleep, and natural sleeping pills. So I was like on the verge of just knocking out. I was so drowsy. And I think I made a video about 10 p.m. And I felt horrible, really bad. So what I was doing was I would lay down in my bed, and then I couldn't take it for more than 20 seconds, 30 seconds. The restless legs and the restless leg syndrome, like in my back. And I was like flopping around like a fish. So I had to get up, and then I came to my daughter's room that's down the hall. And all my kids were actually sleeping upstairs at the time. And so I would lay down from one bed, kind of pace around, try to lay down at the other bed. Couldn't lay down for more than 30 seconds. And this went on from about 8 p.m. to maybe 10:30. It's about 2.5 hours. And then I started I took a shower, hot shower, and that made it feel a little better. Hot shower. I could stand still in the shower and just kind of, but I was so tired. I didn't want to stand in the shower. I just wanted to lay down and go to sleep, but I couldn't. So I said, let me go take a hot bath. So I laid down in the bath and I tried to go to sleep, and my wife was with me through this whole thing. I'm so blessed, and I would lay down in the bath and try to go to sleep, but my legs kept kicking out, and my back and my legs. And she told me later on, she said, when you would fall asleep, your legs would be twitching back and forth and your feet would be going crazy, even when I was asleep. This went on for probably about a week. But anyway, I went from the shower to the bath a few times to try to get rid of those symptoms, because those were my main symptoms, legs and back. And then I got dressed, went back downstairs, and this whole time I'm so tired, just drowsy. The only thing I could equal it to is like taking like 4 Benadryls. And then when you try to lay down, your legs are going crazy. I know I could have taken a couple Ambien or, something like that and knocked the hell out, but I didn't want to. I don't want to take nothing like that. So, and taking those pills, it was a bad experience for me personally. Other people might be different, but for me, it was a bad experience. And then about 12:30 or 1, I forget the exact time, I went and laid down in my daughter's room, and I was still feeling the restless legs, my back. And then I woke up and I want to say it was about 2:30 or 3 o'clock. So I said I slept for like 2.5 hours, and I woke up and I tossed and turned a lot. Tried to go back to sleep. Still had that feeling, but it wasn't as intense. It wasn't as bad. The restless legs, but I don't know. I just felt bad. I don't know how to explain it, but restless legs. My back had that feeling in it, but I just felt really bad. It just felt real ugly. And then I tried to toss and turn some more, and the restless legs, it was manageable. Got a few more hours, maybe 2 more hours of sleep. I forget how much. Wasn't much. And then I woke up the next morning and I still had like that anxious, like almost like anxiety, but through my back a little bit. Woke up. I was so tired, but I had a lot to do at work. So I drank a little bit of caffeine, ate a little something. The tiny appetite that I had, it wasn't much. Maybe a piece of toast and a couple bites from a banana. Went on my way. And then I was driving around town actually doing deliveries. I'm not the delivery driver, but we didn't have a delivery driver at the time. And we had a lot of deliveries. So busy day. I was sweating. I was sweating. And I would run out of breath so quick. I mean, crazy quick. Lift a couple boxes and I'm like, just out of breath. And I'm exhausted. I'm so tired, mentally and physically exhausted. And then, as I'm driving, I still get the little restless legs. Especially when I'm like sitting at a red light or something, I like just press my feet into the floorboard and I'm like, oh, like it's just, you just got to kind of wait for it to pass. When if you have like a bad episode of restless legs and it happens, for me, it was happening during the day. That sucks, because it seems like, damn, there's nothing I can do. It sucks at any time. So, that feeling came and went throughout the day. And that's when I started runny nose, sneezing, yawning like crazy. I would yawn nonstop, watery eyes. And then that lasted throughout the day. And then again, maybe around 4 or 5, I was getting anxious again. And then my sister, she came over. And her family, and she gave me some just some stuff to kind of help me through the night. She's been through withdrawals, like for real withdrawals from real drugs. Not that Kratom's not, but people that have withdrawn from fentanyl and heroin, they kind of look at Kratom like, yeah, like it's not that bad. She gave me some stuff. But I was already getting real anxious, super anxious. And then the second night, I didn't take anything. No Lucimira, hydroxyzine, nothing. I took a little bit of melatonin. That's what I was looking for. I took melatonin. I took a little melatonin, and I took, I think that was about it, melatonin and some magnesium. That's something else I forgot to tell you. I was taking vitamin C like crazy. First day through like the 9th day. So much vitamin C. Magnesium I was taking. And multivitamin. Lots of water. And liquid IV. Or Gatorade. Whatever I had. So the second night was similar to the first. I actually got less sleep the second night. But I didn't suffer as bad because I wasn't so drowsy from the drugs, It was like I could kind of just, when I was getting the withdrawal symptoms real heavy, I could manage them better because I didn't have that medicine in my body. trying to put me to sleep. My body was fighting to sleep so bad. Second night was better, but I got less sleep. Um, but mainly during the night, it gets rough. It gets rough during the night. Restless legs, bad. Sneezing, yawning, sneezing nonstop. Uh, Anxious. I was the second night I was starting to get real sad, and trying to remember exactly what I was going through. But I remember I was starting to get real sad the second day, kind of depressed almost, real anxious, real depressed, and but I could manage just in my head. Oh, you know what? I want to go back a little bit. The first night, I had never been through withdrawals that intense in my life. My daughter's, she's 6, so hopefully I'm not getting sick. I had never been through withdrawals that intense like the first night, and I looked bad. I had a shirt on my back, and I ripped the shirt completely off my body because my skin was crawling bad. That's the worst I've ever felt. And my wife, she had told me, she was like, I told her, I was like, I don't think I can do this. And she was like, well, if you have to taper down, if you have to use it again and taper down, then whatever you want to do. And what's crazy is her saying that to me, even in the middle of my withdrawals, I was ready to go to the corner store and buy like 2 or 3 shots, Kratom shots, and just chug them real quick. Not even pay for them, just chug them real quick and pay for them afterwards. But her saying that, you know what, if you need to use a little longer and then taper down, then that's what we'll do. Because she saw me and like, because I'm not like that. Like if I get sick, I'll lay down, sleep it off, and then I'm good. But I'm not the complaining type. But for me to tell her, like, I don't think I can do this, she knew I was hurting. So after she said that, in my head, I said, you know what? Like, I'm here for using Kratom. Like, this is the only night 1 I'm going to have to go through. And then, so I'm not going to use again. So night 2, same thing. Basically the same symptoms, but I can manage them better because I didn't take all that medicine. But I didn't get much sleep at all. About an hour and a half of sleep the second night. So day 3, I did not go to work. I couldn't. I was so out of it. I just felt like shit. Real sad. Completely tired. I just needed some sleep. And then so I still felt real anxious and like restless legs. I would like just be twitching here and there. I guess I was twitching a lot in my sleep. My wife said I twitched a lot in my sleep, especially my legs. And I would like grind my feet together because of the restless legs. But yeah, day 3, it was pretty much, it was the lack of sleep that was hurting me a lot. Anxious during the day, real anxious, sneezing a lot, yawning a lot. And then my stomach issues started kicking in. I started getting diarrhea. So the diarrhea kicked in probably about day 3. And it was just nonstop, multiple times a day, over and over and over. So you better get some A&D or something, because you're going to be, you have the runs for a while. And then, so that night, day 3, I messed up and I went to the doctor, actually day 3, the rehab place. And I told him, I said, I need some sleep. I can't function on this little sleep. And, so So they gave me it was a natural sleeping pill, trazodone. Not natural, but non-addictive, supposedly. So I took a couple of those, and night 3 was similar to night 1. I was miserable for most of the night for the same reason as night 1. The medicine tried to knock me out, but my body was withdrawing. So it said, nope, you're not getting sleep, buddy. So same thing, bath to shower. I probably went back and forth 6, 8 times. And then I finally went to sleep, and I got a couple hours, woke up, tossed and turned, slept for 30 minutes, tossed and turned, restless legs all night. And then I would wake up every day around like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. I'd get between like 3 or 4 hours, maybe 5 hours of sleep, if that. It seemed like longer, but now that I think, like, I got more sleep, but now that I think back on it, I would toss and turn a lot, and I wasn't checking my phone all the time, but so I'd wake up about 5 or 6 and then back to work, drink a little caffeine. Maybe that made my anxiety worse, and I've never, like, now I don't have anxiety. Never had it before, but during the withdrawal process, I had anxiety pretty high. And so day 4, I'm trying to think. I think after that, most days the days and the nights from about 4 to maybe, 8 were around the same, anxious, kind of anxious during the day, a little bit, sneezing, yawning, diarrhea for sure all day. And then the nighttime, restless legs, but it was getting a little more manageable every night. And then, but I decided not to take like sleeping pills or none of that because it didn't really help me. I think I took it a couple nights to get some sleep, but I noticed if I didn't take any of the sleeping pills or nothing, my sleep was pretty consistent. But if I took sleeping pills one night, the following night I could not sleep to save my life. So it would even just doing it once would mess me up for the next night. So I just decided I'm not taking anything to help me sleep. I'm not taking none of that. I'm just taking supplements and living my life. So yeah, that's the first few days, which those are the worst. Then once your withdrawal symptoms start to get less and less and less, and that happens, that starts happening around like day 5 or 6. Your withdrawal symptoms start to really go down. I want to say day 4 even. 4, 5, 6, your withdrawal symptoms start to go down. But now you're dealing with zero energy during the day. I was still like real emotional. I would cry real easy. Anxious during the day. A little bit of restless legs at night. And I would toss and turn all night long. I'd sleep for 30 minutes, wake up. Go back to sleep for an hour, wake up. I would wake up over and over and over and over all night. And that continued for a while. And then slowly my sleep started getting a little bit better. Still not great right now, but I mean, it's a lot better than it was, way better than it was. But every single day gets a little better. I mean, you might have one day that's better and then the next day's worse. Like Kratom's weird like that. But in all, your trajectory is going up. Your energy comes back little by little, every single day, little by little, but little by little, your energy comes back. Little by little, you're sleeping better. It's just everything. Your appetite. I think my appetite started coming back around day, I don't know, like my legit appetite, maybe after a week and a half, 2 weeks. But it was weird because I had my hunger was out of control. Like I almost felt like an animal. Like I need to eat now. And then I would eat and then I was good. But that feeling calmed down. Now it's like, okay, I'm going to eat. Let's get some food in our system. I'm hungry. I'm good now. But yeah, your body just takes time to adjust. And point blank, the first week sucks because of the physical withdrawals, especially the first 3-4 days. It's going to suck. The nights are going to suck because you can't sleep. Your legs are going to be restless. Your back. You're going to start feeling emotional. 3-4 days suck. And then you hit day 5 and then it gets a little better, but you still have no energy. Withdrawal symptoms have gone down a little bit. Now you're dealing with zero energy during the day, less interest to do stuff. So you have to force yourself to do stuff during the day. You have to. And that's going to last. That's going to be for me, that was the longest lasting symptom, was zero energy during the day. And a big part of that too was I wasn't eating big meals and I wasn't sleeping good. And, but as the days go on, sleep gets a little bit better. Your body adjusts. You have more energy during the day. You're eating more food. Everything slowly gets better. But what you're worried about going through, you're worried about your restless legs at night. You're worried about your back pain at night. Because I had all those symptoms. I mean, still, you know what I mean? I have like back issues. They were terrible when I was on Kratom. And they've gotten way better since I quit. Back issues, all kinds of stuff. My body, like my joints and stuff, a lot of stuff hurt. But, the withdrawal symptoms that you're worried about going through, you have to go through them. You have to. You can take this or take that to help you with little stuff, but at the end of the day, you have to go through that stuff. And now that I'm 34 days in, I realized man, that was really hard. It was hard, but far from impossible. To tell you the truth, I didn't get one craving for Kratom, like a legit craving, like, oh, I need Kratom right now, until most of my withdrawal symptoms were gone. I wanted to use Kratom the first night when I was miserable, only to take away my withdrawal symptoms. Not because I wanted to get my head in a different space. It was just because I wanted my withdrawal symptoms to go away because I was so miserable. But once I got through the first night, I said, I got through one night. I can get through 2. Once I got through 2 days, 2 nights, I know I can get through 4. And if I got through the first 4, the next 4 are going to be a little easier. And I was right. I'll be damned if I was right. But I'm kind of rambling now. But yeah, that's basically what it is. You have to go through the withdrawal symptoms one way or another. Whether you're tapering, you're just postponing it. And if you can taper successfully, I think that's kind of ideal, But as much as I was using, I figure if I'm going to do a successful taper and not go through withdrawals, I probably need a damn year. You know what I mean? To taper. And I didn't want to go through it anymore. I said, you know what? A month from now, I don't want to be, using 10 grams less. I want to be using 0 grams. So I just told myself, I'm gonna have to suck it up, go through some shit, for however long it takes. And I didn't put it in my head that I better be better by day 8. I better be better by day 15. I just said, I'm going to get through day 1. Once I got through day 1, only thing on my mind was, I'm going to get through day 2. Day 2. And then every day follows. Let me get through the day. Let me get through the day. Now I'm on day 34. And I'm not in survival mode anymore. I'm just trying to survive for the first couple of weeks. That passes, and now I'm just trying to kick ass in life again. That's it. But hopefully this was some helpful information. Comment if you want to know anything else. My throat is so dry, I'm going to stop talking. Y'all have a good night.